Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if you are new here. I am Martina Lily and today we're just gonna do a get ready with me. I have quite a few new makeup products or products that you've seen maybe once before or briefly on my channel, ones that you've never seen, and I just want to sit down and play with some makeup, to be quite honest with you. So hopefully that sounds interesting to you. If it does, go ahead and do the YouTube things like subscribe, hit that notification bell. Let's get into it. You guys are zoomed in nice and close, 4K, no filters, and everything I use on my face today will be linked in the description box down below for you guys. If you do shop through them though, they are affiliate links, so thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. I really just feel like sitting down and playing with some makeup. It's Sunday afternoon and I could definitely be filming like a full face video or something, but they're quite intense to film, you know. There's certain ways that I want to do them and I just really feel like sitting down and playing with some makeup. And I recently picked up the two new Dominique Cosmetics primers, which I used this primer. You guys didn't see it, but it was on my face in my recent Chanel Camellia Futura collection review. So I definitely want to try this one, which I haven't tried yet. I've also got the new Westman Atelier liquid bronzing drops. Very excited. I picked up the Chanel Vitalumiere Aqua. I guess, what is this? It's like a foundation pretty much, because I have the velvet and I love it, so I thought I'd try this. I have a new Dominique Cosmetics cream blush. I also do have the Dominique Cosmetics cream bronzer, but I really want to try the Westman one and I know you'd much rather see that. So yeah, we just got bits and pieces, if you will. Also, Tower 28 sent me some PR, which was exciting, and one of the things they sent me was like a 4-pack of their lip balms. What are these called? The Lip Softy Tinted Lip Treatment, and I've been using this flavor so far, Dolce de Leche. Oh, it's really nice. I really like it and it's a really nice lip treatment. They also sent me their mascara and another one of their lip jellies, which I have tried many a time. I think I picked pistachio. I'm gonna do eyes first, and I wanna use the new Tom Ford Creme Quad in Olive Smoke as my main piece, I think, or I really want to use this shadow. And then randomly with my Dominique Cosmetics order, I got it from Beautylish. I got a free eyeshadow palette from them, so I might use a couple of these mattes with the Tom Ford just to try them. I didn't use the green eyeliner in my Chanel review, so I want to use that. So yeah, just bits and pieces, you know, bits and bobs, if you will, but we'll do eyes first. I'm just going to take my NARS eye primer, prime my lids. I'm just going to take this My Kit Co Cross Danessa MY20 brush first, just a really big fluffy blending brush, and I'll go into just a touch of Corazon here from Dominique Cosmetics, and I'll just run this lightly through the crease to begin with. This isn't a palette that I personally would pick up using my own money, but I'm happy I got it in for free with the order, because I do really like, well, if the mattes perform, I really like these two mattes, but I know I really like this. I will never use this shade. I won't ever use the chunky glitter. And this is nice, like it's a cute little palette to get as like a bonus with your order. Do you know what I mean? And I've been curious to try Dominique Cosmetics mattes. Oh, this is way darker than I thought it was going to be, so there you go. I've been curious to try the mattes from this brand again for a while, just because I tried her second ever palette that she brought out, which was the Lemonade, I think it was called, palette, and I loved it. It was one of my favorite eyeshadow formulas that I tried at that time, and then I haven't ever tried it since, so and I've always wanted to. So I'm intrigued to see how these will perform, which so far, lovely. Let's start with a Rephr 27 now, and I'm going to go into Warm Hearted here, which looks lovely, just lovely. See, this might actually be a little bit too warm tone for the shade I want to use in Tom Ford, but we'll just see how we go. And a bit pink. That's pretty. They are performing quite lovely actually. They're very buttery. Way more pigmented than you kind of assume as well. That's actually really pretty. That is really, really pretty. I do not know how this is going to turn out, but we're just going to try it and experiment, and we can wash it off if we don't like it. I'm actually going to go into the Camellia Futura palette and take a little bit of this one, the Satin Taupe. This is a My Kit Co Danessa MY27, and I'm going to use this to like deepen the outer corner. I think it should be all right, but we'll see how it works. Because I think because the first matte is so warm and peachy leaning, the offset of the two shades together might actually be okay. And because the Chanel's quite a subtle formula, if you will, I think it'll just deepen it nicely. Yeah, actually that's not doing too bad. This shadow is so much more pigmented on bare skin though than going over a powder shadow. That's actually not bad. That kind of worked exactly how I wanted it to. Happy days. Now I'm going to take a Rephr 14 and I'll go into just the smallest amount of the black because she pigmented from this palette. P.S. Did anyone pick this cord up? And what do you think? I know I did a review, but since my review, have you picked it up? Not because of my review, maybe you did, but like just since my review, I really am really liking them. I've been reaching for them quite a lot actually. Oh yeah, that's nice. Just using a soft hand because I don't want to use a lot and slowly building, and it just really blends so lovely, gotta say. And don't worry if it looks like a hot mess, it will come together, I promise you. I'm just taking that first Rephr 27 with the matte shade from Dominique Cosmetics, and I've got no extra color on here. I'm just blending a torch, and actually I will pick up a little bit extra color, just a touch. So I'm just going to go into this warm-hearted shade a little bit. Obviously, if you don't have this shade, just use any brown in your collection if you were following along. And then I say it all the time, but I have very different shaped eyes to each other, so they will not look like sisters. They will look like distant cousins that haven't seen each other in a very long time. I'm just going to pop some pat intensifiers down on 3/4 of the lid. I actually really like those shades all together. I think they've actually turned out quite lovely. I'm just going to take my Bisio flat brush and go into this one because this shade, when I used it in the review, I was like, ugh, get all over my lids. All right, I'm just going to pack this on. I'm just going to leave the slight inner corner free though. Oh yeah, that's such a pretty, like, antique type gold shade. It's not the most ideal match with the warm tone of the Dominique Cosmetics palette. I could have planned that better, but that's okay. I'll make it work, don't you worry. God, that shade's pretty though. Well, I actually really like how that's turning out. Now I'm just taking this Spectrum KJH20 brush and I'll go into the gold shade. Pop that on the inner corner here. Kind of whip it up. I'm just bringing that inward a bit more because it's got a slight, when I say slight, I mean slight warmth to it, this gold. Like ever so slight, but it's just going to tie in with that matte shade more. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, I actually really like that. Nice. I'm just taking that Rephr 14 and dipping into a small amount of the black again. I'll just marry softly, just really softly. You can obviously take this as deep and dark and smoky as you like, but I am going to leave it there. While I'm here, I'm just going to put the new 58 taupe eye stylo liner on. Actually, no, I'll use black. It's going to make more sense to use black. I'm just going to take the Hourglass black micro liner, just line my top waterline while we're here. Let's move on to our base. I actually think the eyes are looking pretty nice so far. They might look like a hot mess. They do come together, I promise. At least I think so. Okay, first we need a Rephr eye balm, naturally. So today, actually, as I'm filming this, Natasha Denona just dropped her next midi palette, or like what it's going to look like. The Bloom palette, which This is the first time I've seen a Natasha Denona mini palette, in my personal opinion, that looks better in the promo pics than in real life. Because normally I find her palettes in the promo pics are not actually true to what the colors are, and in real life it's actually better, but this one I was like, So, you know, I'll pick it up for a review, but I'm not super excited. It's just not my color story personally. Okay, so these are the new Dominique Cosmetics primers, and I know, so you can get this brand off Beautylish, which I'm pretty sure they ship almost worldwide, or her website, which I think she ships to quite a lot of places as well. And honestly, I don't actually follow Kristen Dominique on my socials anymore, at least I don't think I do. And I haven't watched a video or content from her in a very, very long time, but I will say, anytime I've tried her makeup products, I really like them. So I always keep an eye on what the brand itself is releasing. I really liked this the other day. It was very much, it kind of reminded me of a little bit like the Tom Ford Traceless Soft Matte Primer, if I'm honest, but had like this more coolingness to it. I don't know, but it wore very similar to the Tom Ford Traceless Soft Matte. So today we're going to try the Moisture Grip. And this is like a serum primer, but also supposed to like grip for your like foundation and stuff, you know? I'm just taking my Rephr 31 and I'm just going to apply some over my face. You can obviously just rub this in with your hands. I have a thing about touching my face with my hands, okay? It's just a me thing. It has no smell to it, and I did look at these ingredients and they seemed pretty me friendly, as in like no coconut from what I could see, so. And I don't think these have any fragrance in them either, which is always good. Feels nice and cool. Oh yeah, it does have a tack. It's not as tacky as the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip, but it has got a tack, so we'll see how it goes. It does feel very nice and cool though, and fresh on the skin. I'm just gonna clip a little bit of my hair out of the way, because otherwise, even just having it around my face at all when I'm doing foundation, it's like too much. Okay, I'm gonna take it extra and also put some of my REM Under Eye Blur primer on, because I have it, so why not? I'm just gonna actually use my fingers, because I can't be bothered picking up a brush. There we go. I'm also just going to take a little bit of my Tarte Green Color Corrector for here. I don't know what's going on with my nose there. Just my little red spots here. I'll just blend this in with that Rephr brush. For under eye color corrector, I'm actually going to mix my Tarte Shape Tape in Peach and my Chanel in Rose, because the Tarte one is just too deep on its own for me. So I just needed to mix some of the Chanel one in, just to lighten it a touch. Anyway, so yeah, what's your thoughts on the Natasha Denona midi? Are you going to pick it up? I think it comes out this week on Beautylish actually, and her website and stuff. It's probably already available by the time this video goes up with the rate that I've been editing lately. Let's be real. This is just my Smashbox concealer brush. I'll just use this to blend it out. I just haven't had a lot of time, you guys, lately, I'll be honest. I, you know, work ramped up real quick, and I've just been busy, and I just haven't felt like running myself ragged. So yeah, I'm getting up videos as I can get them up, and I know, you know, I know you guys understand, but also I know it's annoying, because I know when I have my favorite creators that I want to see regular content from, I'm like, that's annoying. But that's where we're at, you know. I'm trying my hardest to do 2 videos a week. Sometimes it's going to be 1, but I am trying my hardest. I really am. But that's where we're at. I know you get it. Let's move on to foundation. So this is the Chanel Vital Lumiere Aqua Skin Perfecting Makeup. And one of you guys actually really recommended this a while ago. You said Lisa Aldridge really recommends this as well. This is not a new product, but it's new to me. I got the shade B10, by the way. I've spilled out too much here, but that is the shade. That actually looks like a good shade match for me. And I never actually picked it up because first off, it had SPF in it. That was my first deterrent. And then secondly, it was like Lumiere, I guess. If you can hear my husband talking downstairs, by the way, sauce. I'm going to take this first with my MY1, and I ended up picking up the velvet version of this, and one, the SPF in that doesn't break me out, which is a big deal because SPF really tends to break me out. And secondly, that has become one of my favorite foundations, truly. It is perfection for me. And so I just couldn't help myself and was like, all right, well now I need to know what I'm missing with this and how it compares and what do I think. And so when I picked up the new Camellia collection, I went in store and I was like, I'll just grab it while I'm here. And so that's why we're trying it today. I actually am liking that off the bat. I do think I probably like my velvet a little more. It does have a nice glow to it though, and it's not as hydrating as I thought it was going to be. Or like, I thought this was going to be a lot more like almost greasy, if you will. It's actually quite nice though. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad. This is more matte than the velvet, I'm feeling. Maybe I'm wrong. I'll need to like compare them, but this is just drying down on my hand way quicker than what the velvet does, is my first impressions of it. But obviously I will keep you posted. It is nice though. Good shade match too. Yeah, this is matte. I thought this was supposed to be luminous. I need to actually have a quick Google, one sec. Okay, a radiance revealing fluid foundation that instantly energizes the complexion and delivers intense cover. As sheer and lightweight as Second Skin, its formula evens skin tones, diminishes signs of fatigue, instantly giving the skin a healthy glow. Complexion looks fresh, luminous, and perfectly even. I mean, I do think it shears out the complexion and everything like that, and it feels very lightweight. I don't know. Like, I can see that it has a glow on the monitor, but truly this, to me, comes across as more matte than the velvet version of it. But anyway, I'll get back to you. I'm going to take my sponge for the other side and just see how the difference is. I think the brush might be the way to go, though, in terms of coverage, but we'll see. Yeah, so if you want more coverage, you want to use a brush. If you want sheerer coverage, you want to use the sponge, which is generally the case. Sometimes it's not, but it generally is. So I'm just going to go back to the brush because I want a bit more coverage. I'm going to leave this here. I do like it. I think like instantly my first impressions is it's nice. I'm just genuinely surprised. A lot more matte than the velvet. Like, I understand it has this more glow to it, but the actual finish in real life, like my skin looks a lot more matte and like it's clinging more to kind of dry patches up here, which is interesting. So off the bat, my immediate first impressions is I like the velvet more immediately. I don't think it'd be the primer, just because that primer is supposed to be quite hydrating, but it very well could be. So I absolutely will try this with other primers and get back to you. But yeah, immediately I do like it, don't get me wrong. It feels very natural, very skin-like. It's not as smoothing as the velvet. The velvet's actually quite smoothing, whereas I can still see a bit more texture than I would say if I'd put the velvet on. Yeah, just immediately I'm liking the velvet more, but it could also be that primer. So I will keep you in the loop. I'll keep you posted and we'll go from there. Bai sent me in PR another shade of concealer. So this is the shade 3 and my normal is shade 6, but it's just a bit too deep. So I'm just going to actually mix them together. I can use shade 3 actually on its own and it's quite decent, but I still like to mix them just because this shade 6 has a little bit of a peachiness, warmness to it, and it just helps with the color correction on my under eyes, you know? This is just my BK114, but I quite like the Rephr concealer. It's not my all-time favorite, but I do really enjoy having it in my collection. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I find it to be quite lovely. My only critique of it, honestly, is just that I would like a touch more coverage to it. But I find it's very thin on the under eyes, and it kind of just, once it wears down, like once it settles in, it kind of just settles and doesn't really move, at least in my experience. I just, yeah, would like a little more coverage, but I quite like it. I do think if you are someone that likes an uber hydrating concealer though, like a lot of creaminess and extra hydration to it, it might not be enough hydration for you. But I quite like it. I find it's just perfect in that sense. So yeah. Pretty decent job if you ask me. I'm gonna put some more lip balm or lip oil on. I actually also picked up the RMS lip oil in the shade Amber, and I actually really like this. It's just that there's like hardly any product that comes out on the applicator and you gotta like keep dipping it in, which is annoying to me. Other than that, I actually do like the product. It's very thin, lightweight lip oil, so it kind of just like sinks in, but the hydration stays there. It's quite lovely. Now we're gonna try the Westman Atelier Sun Tone Bronzing Drops. I'm so excited. I have this shade Soleil Parfait 1. I really like the packaging. I think the little like blue is so cute. So it's got a little shaker in it. And I had a bit of a look on the website, and it basically says you can use this as like a all over kind of like bronzer before you do makeup. You can use it under foundation, over foundation, that kind of a thing. So let me show you the shade. So this is the shade, and it looks quite lovely. It actually looks like quite a nice tone. There's not a lot of shades in this range though, I will say that. So I'm just gonna pop some out on my hand, and I've just got my mini sheer buffer from Sonia G, and I'll just work it in, and we'll do this. And then I got way too much, so I'm just got my big Sonia G to buff this out. Very, very thin, very thin on the skin actually. Definitely more of a bronzing shade, which it says it's a sun tone bronze, not a more cool tone. Like, she's got her contour sticks if you want a contour. I like them. I think they're pretty. They're very natural. Like, they just are so thin. You literally cannot tell, especially with that like Vitalumiere formula. Just like melts in together. Very, very natural. And they have just like a nice juiced upness to them. I like them. I don't immediately hate them. I'll keep testing them and keep you guys in the loop. I think if you just very typically love like Westman Atelier's kind of makeup and her aesthetic is for you, I think you'll quite like them. And if you really just like a really, really thin natural product, you'll probably quite like it. I'm definitely starting to really think it's this primer that's disrupting the products, because even like my concealer a little bit is like sitting funny where like I've brought it down a little bit with that primer. So we'll see. I'll keep you updated. Okay, under eyes, I'm going to take my pat powder, and I'm actually going to mix it with my Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched, and let's see how the pat and Bobbi go together, because the Bobbi is too yellow. Just going to take the other side of my BK114. So let's see how pat seems to fix every powder that's like the wrong tone for my under eyes. Oh, this is also a new one. I finished my other one. Not too bad. Still a little yellow leaning though, isn't it? And then for the rest of the face, I'm going to take my Rephr water powder. I wouldn't say my skin is looking as crash hot as it can, but it's not looking too bad. So we'll keep going. I'm going to quickly go off camera and do brows, and then when we come back, we'll keep going. Okay, we have brows. Let's finish these eyes. Just taking this kind of like fluffy pencil brush, and I'm going to go into Warm Hearted from this palette, and I'll just lightly pop that under here. And then I'm just going to go into a teensy amount of the black with a really small little pencil brush, and just lightly on the outer corner here. Now I'm going to take this shade 60, which I think it's like Fume Titanium, maybe the shade. And we're going to pop this on the lower waterline. Which is very subtle, which I personally appreciate and like, but I think it's very pretty. So nice, happy days. And then for the inner corner, I'm actually going to go back into the Dominique palette and just go into this one, which is Love and Light. This Olive Smokes shades are a bit too deep for my inner corner. This is just a Sonia G pencil brush. God, that's a pretty inner corner shade. Look at that. That's pretty. This actually performed, I mean, I didn't try the metallics, but the mattes that I tried in that shade, really nice. I'm still putting to the test this Bad Girl Bang Bounce. And so far my feelings on this is that it's just fine. But yeah, I'm just not, I haven't like used it and gone, ooh, just like, okay. But let me know if any of you guys have tried this. I mean, it does look nice, don't get me wrong, but yeah, let me know if any of you guys have tried it. The new Prada mascara wand looks very intriguing, and I shall be picking that up, don't you worry, when I can get my hands on it. Also, I know you guys want to probably see me try the Isomaya stuff. I will be. I think it's supposed to drop on Selfridges on the 25th of this month, which is like a few days away, and so as long as it does, I will grab it off there. I'm dying to try all her new products. I really am. I've purposely been staying away from reviews. Oh, they look pretty. Those eyes actually have come together. I made a little bit of a mess here, that's a me problem, but they actually have really come together quite nicely, haven't they? Oh, I like them, that's pretty. Nice. Okay, what are we doing? Powder bronzer. Let's take my RMS one. Still kind of putting this to the test. I'm gonna take my Kitco Danessa MY22. My Esom one is in the wash, still drying. And well, I do have a feeling these kind of break me out. Actually, this will be the test because my skin's just recovered from, actually I think it was breakouts from me like resting my hand on my chin and stuff. So we'll see if I get any from this. It'll definitely be from this, I think. It is a beautiful bronzer though. Very pretty. Oh, I really do like it. Smooth buffer from Sonia G, just to, you know. Highlight, let's take the Silver Lake thingy from Urban Decay. Gosh, words are good today. I can't remember, I have filmed a video where I've like I played with other new makeup as well, like the new Makeup Forever like skin tint and stuff, and I don't know if I'm gonna put this up first or that one, so stay tuned. But in that one I use this on one side, and I also have the Natasha Denona new like highlighter and cream blush duo that I use in that, which is amazing, by the way. Gorgeous product. The shade of it, I've got something else I want to use today actually, and the shade of it won't match this look, but also I really like this highlight. It's really, really natural, and it just like melts in. It's kind of like a slightly, it's like a blingier, but not like a, because if it's got glitter chunks or anything, just more like wham bam than the Say, but it's very similar formula in my filling to the Say Super Glow Gel. I really like it, like really, really like it. I'm not even gonna set it. That's how much I like it, because it just dries. It's amazing. Cream blush, we're gonna try the Dominique Cosmetics cream blush in Warm Peach. Haven't even touched it yet. I really liked the cream bronzer the other day, and I wanted to try the cream bronzer because I know Nikki LaRose really likes it, and it really impressed me. And so I'm intrigued. Oh yeah, that's pretty. I'm intrigued to see how this goes. This is just my BK A507. Oh, that's pretty. That's pretty. By the way, not sponsored, bought this with my own money. She doesn't know who I am. Okay. Oh wow, that's beautiful. And wow, that applies impeccably. Look at that. Look at how that's just instantly melted in. So natural, so thin, but stunningly. You need to stop it right now. That looks lovely. Like, look how natural it is. That's gorgeous. That's gorgeous. I'm impressed. All right, I'm gonna take my new Camellia Futura blush, but I'm only gonna mix these bottom two, and I'm gonna leave this top one. I'm just gonna take it on this What's Up 203 so that it's like strategically a bit smaller, and we'll pick up mainly the shades that I want. Oh, it's still very pigmented. That's pretty. Nice. I like this blush, very pretty. I am still utterly obsessed with my Fenty setting spray. It's so good. I can't get enough of it. Our usual finishing step with powder. I'm just going to take my Makeup Forever in 1N06. This is an MY3. Just you know, reset through here like I always do. Actually, this is really all pulled together quite lovely, if I do say so myself. Okay, lips. Rephr sent me in PR a new shade of lip sculpt, and they actually sent me 2 glosses. This one is Rosewood, and this is the Rosewood lip sculpt. Now, if you're new around here, I'm obsessed with the lip sculpts. I think these are phenomenal. Such a phenomenal, long wearing. You can either use these as a lip liner or an all over lip color, and they are so long wearing because they have this like gel on the other end that sets them. So this is the shade Rosewood. I should swatch it. Very pretty. Oh, that is a nice shade. I'm actually gonna shade in the corners on my lips here too. And normally I would use the setting gel and let that set, but I'm just at home chilling. Like I said, it's Sunday, so I'm not gonna bother. I'll probably take this off pretty soon after. But I'm gonna take this 97 Rouge Lac lip from Chanel. This came out in the Camellia collection because this wore so stunningly. I wore this to work after that review, and it was so thin and comfortable on the lips and so long wearing. Absolutely gorgeous. But I'm just gonna pop it on the center because it's a little bit too warm toned. And then this is the Rosewood gloss over the top. Oh, I like that. They're perfect matches together, honestly. Let me go figure out hair and all that, and we will zoom out and wrap this up. All right, my friends, finished look. What do you think? I really like how this has actually come together. It's really just all pulled together stunningly in the end. I am going to keep testing that primer with a foundation that I know and love and how it performs, so that I can see if it was the primer, and then I'll also test the foundation with another primer to see if it was like what was maybe not loving each other there. But I will say, like, the final look has really come together quite lovely, so I'm not mad. I really like every single thing that I've put on my face today. I really do. I think it's all looked gorgeous. I also really like these. They're so natural and lovely. I haven't immediately put these on and gone, these are a run don't walk, like I did with, say, the Rare Beauty Contour. That was a run don't walk. But these are lovely. I really do like them. I'm enjoying them, and I will continue to enjoy them. But yeah, overall I'm pretty impressed. I really am. And that Dominique Cosmetics cream blush, you guys, that and the bronzer has blown me away, truly. Those formulas are impeccable. They are personally a run don't walk for me. They're gorgeous. But anyway, that's my 2 little cents. Hopefully you had fun chilling and hanging out and playing with some makeup with me. Let me know your thoughts down below. If you're watching till this point, you know you're an absolute legend. Thank you so much. Extra special shout out to my Lily absolute legends. Thank you for supporting my channel and all my other channel members, and I hope you have the most amazing day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you next time. Bye.